Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. I'm just making sure that my volume is where it needs to be, as I want to make sure that you definitely hear me without an issue here. So let's get this. There we go. Yes. So, hello, hello, hello. And, I'm just, for this Transformational Tuesday, I'm kind of in a place where I'm still trying to get my bearings for the new year, to be frank with you. A lot is going on. For those of you with me here in the States, you know. For those of you outside of the States, you know. It's a lot going on. And I shared with you last week um, the word that I've chosen for 2021. And I tell you, I know that there's no such thing as an accident. Nothing happens by accident or by chance. And so the word that I chose for 2021, the resilience piece, the resilience word, it's even having more of a meaning. Little did I know. So, hey, for those of you joining me for the first time, Linda Talaferro from the T, the Extra Effort, where I help professionals get unstuck so they can get a seat at the table. Um, I shared in last week's Transformational Tuesday session that my word for 2021 was resilience, the ability to bounce back, being strong, courageous, regaining momentum and regaining that position that you had previously, but even not just stopping there, but going beyond that. Resilience. That is my word for 2021. And I've done a lot of reflecting on that this month so far. This is second weekend. And I've done a lot of deep thinking about what that means for me in 2021 and what it might mean for you. So I just wanted to share with you in this transformational Tuesday, what the additional work that I know I am going to do in order to make sure that my resilience shows up in the most robust way that it can, the robust way that's possible. I mentioned five aspects of resilience. So I did some search on the web. You guys probably have done the same thing and found these five pillars. And, I've even gone beyond just that and really what it means for me. And so one of the ones is going to be so important. It really became evident for me in 2020 because I wasn't really good at this, to be frank with you. Wasn't very good at it at all because I was so focused on what needed to be done, the task at hand, uh, getting the job done, meeting the metrics, and in my personal life, making sure XYZ gets accomplished, that I forgot about me. And I know that if I'm not healthy, strong, then I'm not going to meet those metrics and I'm not going to be there in the way that I could best be there for my family. So self care could not have become more important to me in 2020 and now definitely going into 2021. Every aspect of self care, the fact that now I've started really pausing in the mornings and taking time to reflect, taking time to meditate. I am a prayerful person. So taking time to pray at night, doing the same thing, looking at the day that just went by and, what transpired, going to appointments that I need to go to. I've actually started working out again, drinking more water. I mean, just, those things that are important to make sure that I fully show up. You hear me talk about being authentically who we are. And we can't be that if we are not doing self care, we just can't be those persons if we're not doing self care. In order to truly show up strongly in our professional lives and our personal lives. And I know there was a time um, that that took a back seat, frankly, when COVID hit, working remotely, trying to settle into what that means, getting my head wrapped around everything that took place last summer. It just was so much, right? I mean, it was just really so much. I'm sure, like most of you, everybody that you talk to, everybody that I talk to, was happy to see 2020 move on, but now we're in 2021. And, I had a friend of mine text me today and said, the polish that was there is quickly worn off. I mean, when she put that in text, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I get it. But, I'm determined to stand in this resilience. And the only way to do that is to really take care of myself. And that is then, coupled with mindfulness, truly being fully present in what's happening right now, not just letting, you know, life go by and I'm just oblivious to it all, but just really being present and mindful. And then reflecting on that to what lessons could I learn? How can I take those things that may have taken place that, all of us are, just I tell you, perfectionism is not your friend. I say that all the time. And so things that didn't go quite well, what can I learn from those so that I can be fully present and show up strongly in the future? I mean, that's part of resilience. I mean, that's clearly really critical if you're wanting to walk in power and walk in your strength, which is I know what I'm working on and what I'm taking into 2021. And in order to do that, the third aspect of this whole thing is really having a high sense of self awareness. Now, look, here I go again, right? You guys that have been with me know that things are always linked together. What did I do? I talked about something in my resilience journey that shows up in emotional intelligence. I know you're not surprised. I always have these linkages. Yes, there's a method to my madness for sure. There's a method to it. I mean, it's so important. I mean, how can I even claim to or strive to if I don't continue to hold the mirror up? I mean, that's the hardest thing. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I ain't gonna front. I'm not gonna front. It's the hardest thing to be truthful with ourselves, to really look in the mirror and know what we see, recognize what we see, and own what we see. And as part of resilience for me and my journey for 2021 is to continue to make sure that I do not drink my own Kool-Aid, that I am not telling myself one thing when reality is something else. Reality is something else. Because if I'm not totally self aware, then the ability for me to bounce back when I run into one obstacle or the next, because there will be yet again in 2021, those obstacles, my ability to do that is going to be pretty much next to nothing. So it's critical for me to have that third piece, that self awareness piece, and for it to be front and center, for it to be utmost my thing that I really just look to every opportunity I have is to be real with myself and know what I see and see what I know when I look in the mirror. One of the other areas, the fourth one that I would share with you would be What is my why? For this entire career journey, for me to have resilience and to be able to meet obstacles, meet roadblocks, excuse me, even meet potential landmines and be able to get on the other side of those, I have to have a why. You've heard me talk about that before. My why is not just the title on my business card. My why is not just the target at hand today. But what is my long term goal? What impact do I want to have on a grander scale? And not just for, what moves the needle for the particular company that I'm at right now, but also how do I impact, manage, lead, grow, m- inspire, motivate people? The entire why. Why am I on this career journey? Why does it matter? What's the so what? That, when I'm clear about that, and I've gotten extremely clear about it, that helps my resilience because whenever something comes my way that tends to take me off my square or takes me off the path of that why, I'm focused to get back on because I have a mission. I've got a vision. I've got a reason. I've got a why. And so that helps strengthen my resilience. And last but not least is I've got people in my network, in my pathway, in my, you know, text messages, in my inbox, in my address book, relationships. I know you guys are like, okay, she needs to stop. For self awareness, emotional intelligence, relationships, Linda needs to stop because, yes, but I can't because it all connects together. This is not by accident. It all connects. So I have those people, those relationships, those supporters that I can go to when I need to that will say, hey, you know, take a breath, that will say, yeah, you're wrong. Okay. Be real with me when I need them to be real, or you're right. And you're right. And I'm going to support you in that. So that's what I wanted to share with you in this Transformational Tuesday. Those are the 5 areas that, for me, are going to be so extremely critical that I foster, that I keep, top of mind, that I work towards, that I continue to cultivate as I'm trying to strengthen my resilience. Because without those five, I don't have resilience. And that is extremely critical and key to this corporate ladder climb that we all are on in this career journey. And I would offer to you that it's not just critical to your career, it's not just critical to your professional life, but it plays an immeasurable role in your personal life as well. So, if you want to learn more about me, who I am, if you are new to me, uh, I put my website link in. If you're on Facebook, you'll see it. On YouTube, you'll see it. lindatalaferro.com. I would love for you to go there. There's a lot of material, some free downloads. And one thing in particular is I've taken a lot of what I've used in my career to date and what I continue to use today to drive my resilience, to help me along the way. I've created a journal, the Ultimate Journal 2.0. Now, I know I had one before, but this is at a whole nother level. And I've got that available now, just became available this month. And there's a link on the website where you can learn more about it. It would be an unbelievable resource for you as you're trying to build your resilience and taking your career and your professional and personal life to another level. We'll see you next week. Take care.